Hello, this is Nadine Roux for WDEE-TV Headline News, coming to you from the WDEE-TV studios in Ypsilanti, Michigan. Our top story today comes from the Heritage West and the writer Ben Beard. The Washtenaw County Sheriff's Office is seeking two suspects who broke into an occupied Ann Arbor Township home while armed with handguns. The Sheriff's Office received a report of the home invasion about 10:30 p.m. Monday, November 24th, in the 2300 block of the Trillium Woods, according to the media release. After the armed suspects confronted the residents of the home, they searched it for valuables, stealing cash and jewelry before leaving the area on foot. None of the home occupants were injured, according to the Sheriff's Office. It's unknown how the suspects gained entry. The suspects were described to the investigators as black males in their 20s, who were wearing dark clothing with bandanas over their faces. One was heavy-set, while the other was described as thin with a Caribbean accent. More on the story can be found on the local news feeds link on our website, WDEE-TV.com. And coming up next, the Attorney General Bill Schuette asked U.S. Supreme Court to stay out of the gay marriage battle.
At Morgan Taylor, buy two suits, get a third suit free. Morgan Taylor is located at 133 West Michigan Avenue in Ypsilanti. Clothing and accessories for men, women, and children at Morgan Taylor. Open Monday through Saturday, 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. Call 734-221-0296. Ask about layaways and in-store financing. At Morgan Taylor, buy two suits, get a third suit free.
Welcome back. I'm Nadine Roux, and this is the WDEE-TV Headline News. This story comes from the Detroit Free Press and the writer Teresa Baldus. Michigan Attorney General Bill Schuette today took his fight to preserve the traditional marriage to the U.S. Supreme Court, telling the nation's highest court that the voters, not judges, should decide whether gay marriage is a good idea or not. This case comes down to two words: who decides? Schuette wrote in his filing, in which he urged the U.S. Supreme Court to respect the will of the Michigan's voters, who decided in 2004 that the marriage should only be defined as a union between one man and one woman. The history of our democracy demonstrates the wisdom of allowing people to decide important issues at the ballot box, rather than citing those decisions to unelected judges, wrote Schuette, who also cited Justice Anthony Kennedy's prior stance on affirmative action to bolster his argument. Schuette's filing comes 1 week after two Michigan nurses took their fight to legalize same-sex marriage to the U.S. Supreme Court. More on the story can be found on the local news feed links on our website, WDEE-TV.com. When we return, Chelsea police respond after two men get into a fight over money.
This portion of the news is brought to you by the Wolverine Grill, located at 228 West Michigan Avenue, Ypsilanti, Michigan. Check us out on the internet at thewolverinegrill.com.
Welcome back. For WDEE-TV Headline News, I'm Nadine Roux. Our next story comes to us from the Chelsea Standard. Two men got into an argument over money one owed to the other in the 500 block of South Main Street around 3:38 p.m. November 22nd in Chelsea. Officers respond to a report of an assault and battery that had taken place. The victim stated that he encountered the suspect, a 90-year-old Chelsea man, and they began to have an argument regarding some money that victim owed the suspect. The suspect reported forcefully grabbed the victim out of the vehicle and proceeded to threaten him. The case remains open, pending determination from the victim on whether he chooses to press charges or not. More on the story can be found on the local news feed link on our website, WDEE-TV.com. Up next, the 19-year-old Chelsea man arrested after pushing a woman to the ground.
At Morgan Taylor, buy 2 suits, get a 3rd suit free. Morgan Taylor is located at 133 West Michigan Avenue in Ypsilanti. Clothing and accessories for men, women, and children at Morgan Taylor. Open Monday through Saturday, 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. Call 734-221-0296. Ask about layaways and in-store financing. At Morgan Taylor, buy 2 suits, get a 3rd suit free.
Go. Welcome back to the WDEE-TV Headline News. I'm Nadine Roux, coming to you from the WDEE-TV studios in Ypsilanti, Michigan. Our next story comes from the Chelsea Standard. Officers encountered a woman in the 100 block of West Middle Street around 5 p.m. November 22nd, who reported she had just been assaulted by her boyfriend. The victim reported she was sitting with her boyfriend and he became agitated and began to walk away from her. When the victim followed the suspect, a 19-year-old Chelsea man, he pushed her and she fell to the ground.
Try it again.
After the officer spoke with all of the parties involved, it was determined that enough probable cause existed to arrest the suspect for domestic assault. The suspect was transported to the Washtenaw County Jail, where he will be held pending a warrant review by the Washtenaw County Prosecutor's Office. After we return, the community members invite to send the Saline High School football team to Ford Field.
This portion of the news is brought to you by Hike's Decorated Apparel, located at 133 West Michigan Avenue, Ypsilanti, Michigan. Check us out on the internet at hike.com.
Okay.
Go.
Welcome back. I'm Nadine Roux for WDEE-TV Headline News. Our last story comes to us from the Chelsea Standard. The Hornet Football Club would like to invite community members to send off the football team to Ford Field on Saturday, November 29th at 9 a.m. The team will be leaving around 9:30 a.m. from the drive in front of Hornet Stadium. The club is asking fans to line up along the loop near the stadium and down the exit to the campus parkway. Bring your family, neighbors, and relatives up to the stadium to cheer on the team. Make signs for your favorite player and show the team that the community is behind them. As an incentive for getting up early on this holiday weekend, the first 500 fans will receive a Hornet Nation t-shirt to wear the game. More on the story can be found on the local news feeds link on our website, WDEE-TV.com. For WDEE-TV Headline News, this has been Nadine Roux. Like us on Facebook, follow us on Twitter, and subscribe to our Headline News on our YouTube channel.